Hi everyone, welcome back to Phil's shop. Can you tow a sailboat by bike? Yes you can. It's just gotta be the right boat and the right bike. I'm gonna do a little walkthrough on how I tow my Hobie Tandem Island with my bike and show you guys how it's done. Here we go. Here's the setup. First I'll start with the boat. This is a Hobie Tandem Island, 2014. The boat itself weighs about 200 pounds, everything included. And the pontoons fold up and live on top when it's towing. There's a little ABS T in there that's holding the pontoons in place. You can see that very well, but and the pontoons get lashed in place, and that whole thing lives on a trailer. This trailer is a steel trailer I made, just a general utility trailer, and I constructed a wooden cradle for it. This is a cedar cradle with PVC tubes that help the boat slide on and off. We'll start a look from the back here. You see the PVC tubes. They're formed a little bit to help it slide on and off, and that continues forward. A little wooden cradle. This whole cradle can actually come off of the trailer, and the trailer can return to normal use for smaller loads. Pretty simple design, just a wooden 2x4 cradle with the PVC, and then there's a steel tube, 1 inch 1/8 steel tube with a welded plate on here. This plate is actually secured to the cedar frame, and that tube continues back, and it is bolted further down back of the wooden frame. So that comes forward here. We got some 3D printed slides. These are PETG, just so it's easier to slide around on. It's not scratching the metal. We got a 3D printed bow chock here. And then we got a winch here. This is a strap winch, a 2-inch strap, reversible. It's what I use to actually pull the boat onto the trailer. That goes back to the mast step there, wraps around that, holds it in place. And then there's just a single strap that holds the hull itself in place. And that's kind of all there is as far as holding the boat onto the trailer. The trailer attaches to the bike with an air style fitting. I think this is a P style fitting. This pops off pretty easily here. Kind of tricky with one hand, but it does come off reasonably easily. And I've got this kind of safety line for now. I might change that for a chain in the future, but that's kind of it. I just kind of put it together to see if I could do it, and it works. Tows pretty well, it launches all right. I've taken it already on several trips, 10-15 kilometer kind of range. Try not to go too far with it. And then of course the bike. So this is a cargo bike. This is an electric cargo bike, of course. It's got a direct drive motor in the front wheel. This is a Crystalite motor, direct drive. It's like 5 years old. Got over 35,000 kilometers on this motor. It has regen braking, of course, which is like critical for when you're towing heavy loads. I can just ride that regenerative brake downhill, and it dumps all the power back into the batteries. So when you're towing heavy loads, it's like super handy. I've basically got a brake that will never overheat, and then I've got 2 separate braking systems. I've got hydraulic on the rear, of course, Shimano Z with a big 200 millimeter rotor, and then of course just a cable disc in the front. That's a BB7 cable disc. And this whole thing is powered by a 52-volt battery that lives inside the box there. There's a charger and battery live inside that pouch. Speed control 12-volt system. I'll do a whole video on this bike in a separate video. There's kind of a lot to go over, but that's basically the gist of it. I'll show you guys some footage of me launching it and retrieving it, and you can sort of see for yourselves. I think it's a pretty good solution. Took me a while to find a boat that I could pull on my bike. I've always had a dinghy. I previously had like 22-foot sailboats, and I've been searching for something that I could pull behind a bike. And this boat is it. It sails awesome. Just came back from a 4-day trip. It was amazing. Camping on the boat. It's like the perfect adventure craft. You can pedal it, you can paddle, you can sail. I'm actually gonna put my motor on there eventually. I've got an electric outboard. You can see that in my videos. And yeah, hopefully I'll have some more footage of the whole setup.
You ready? Mm-hmm. Looking good. Oh.
It's really easy. I can use brakes.
Yeah.